Welcome back, everyone, to Lonely Basement Baseball Cards. We are back from the Philly show. The backpack once again unpacked. We had a great day. Sunday, nice easy drive. No major issues. We did not kill any animals driving to the Philly show this time, and we got a good haul. And we even came back with, I believe, one crisp Ben Franklin in the coffee can. So the budget has not been emptied. But first, I want to do a quick review of the cards that I bought yesterday or Friday that I showed on Friday. This card, I did a deep dive. This is a 2.5 because of that mark, guys. This card is beautiful. Beautiful. The 69, that is also beautiful. I still can't see it with the naked eye. And you probably can't see it on camera, but right there, if you put this under magnification, there is the tiniest little chip in the white in the paint, and you can see the brown cardboard. It is the tiniest little chip right there. You might be able to catch it, you might not. That is the reason this is a 4. So, after further review, these are nice. The Yankees just won. Good day. Got some cards. There's a lot of cards here, actually. We did a lot. We did a lot in our 9-3, the old Philly show. So let's start it off with the pickups. These are interesting. So I went to a 10-cent box, which is not normally what I would do, but I found a 10-cent box that had a lot of 74, 73, 70 stuff in it. And I said, and he had a lot of modern boxes. And I said, let me flip through this. I'm standing here. It's like 10 in the morning. Let me go through this real quick. Make sure there's no team cards I need. And I ended up with 40 cards from this guy. For 10 cents each, what are you going to do for 10 cents? There might be a double or two. There's some nonsense in here. But for 10 cents each, let's go. So, we start off. Why? I'll tell you in a minute. The 74 Cubs team card, because I was ripping through it. Duplicates of the 78 Cubs team cards. As a kid, and I have others of these, as a kid, I was obsessed with the fact that they made these team cards only for the Cubs with the floating heads. I still am obsessed with the floating heads. So my non-Yankee side project is Cubbies floating heads team cards, which I have several of now. I had one on accident, and then I bought some more, and apparently I bought 2 to 78s. The Cubbies floating heads. So we did pick up some non-Yankees today. Now, since they were 10 cents each, and I'm foolish, I don't need to go through glasses. Every card, guys. But these are the 79 TCMAs. They're 27 Yankees. They were 10 cents each. There's no Ruth, I don't believe. But we got Ed Barrow in there. There's old Ed running the ship. He was even wearing pinstripes. Look at that. But these are just cool. Jacob Rupert, the Colonel. Gotta have some owner cards, guys. What else is in here? Bob Musial. Great outfielder. Who else we got? Cazella, Pat Collins, Benny. There's Benny. So, Wade Hoyt, great pitcher. So, for 10 cents each, I was flipping through looking for anything I needed for team sets. And I saw pretty much, there's a Mark Koenig in here. Pretty much everybody but the Ruth. And the Gehrig is here. So I said, why not? I threw him into my pile. Joe gets a card, gets a view. Joe Dugan. Joe, got to give Joe a view. Great second baseman. So, for 10 cents, they ended up in my pile. What else did we get with our Cubbies? I found this 71 Frank Depedino, which I did not have in the 10-cent box. This is what happened. I saw like one or two, like, oh, I don't have that. I need that. I'll buy it for 10 cents. And then I just ended up with a stack. We have two, same reason as the Cubs cards, because I just grabbed them. Lou Piniella traded 74s. Decent condition, actually, for 10 cents. But I have this card. But it's in that 74 team set, traded set I showed you that one time. Why do I have this? Nobody knows. But the Piniella is still in here. Because I was like, well, if I take it out of here, then the traded set's not complete. And if I put it over there in the trade set, so now I have two more. I can throw one of them in my team set. Fran Healy, 77 for 10 cents. We did not have a Fran Healy in our 77 team set. This was sitting there. I actually have this. I know, but it was 10 cents. The Burger King checklist card. He had like 40 of these in a stack. Should have bought them all. Some of these might be doubles. I went through them quick and I just grabbed them. He had in that 10-cent box rows of 78 tops, and they were top loaded. They're sleeved for some reason. So I flipped through probably a whole set of 78 tops, and I just pulled out all the Yankees because they were 10 cents. We have a gullet. I believe that's a double. I know I have the Sparky Lyle. See, I lied in the last episode. I said we were done with Dick. There's another Dick. We got a 78 Nettles. Probably have that. I know my 78 is not complete. Ken Clay, I don't recognize this card. I believe I did not have this card. So there's one for 10 cents. The Lyle I did not have. Old Sparky. 10 cents. Take it. Another Don Gullet for 10 cents. But this is what happens when you're ripping through. Now, how about this? I'll take a 78 Guidry for 10 cents any day of the week. It's got sharp corners. There's no creases or nothing. 10 cents? Come on. This I needed. The George Zebra. Did not have that. There's the new stadium facade in the background. Did not have old George, 78. I didn't have the chicken. Fred Stanley in 78. So now we have that for 10 cents. Another Nettles. Why not? 10 cents. And the Cliff Johnson, I believe I do not have either. So we did a little 78 team building in that pile. And all those were because they were 10 cents. And I was standing at a box. And I don't normally go through 10-cent boxes, honestly. And I wouldn't mind doing it. I like doing it. It's fun. But I usually don't use my card Showtime like that. But I saw the 70s cards in there, so I went through it. More team building before we get to the good stuff. This completes our 73 team set, the Felipe Alou high number. I think I got these for $10. This stack for $10 from one of the dealers. One of the binder guys, Felipe Alou. We got our Doc Ellis on the Yankees. Not Pirates, Mike. Yankees. Old Doc. Another chicken. Chicken's been appearing quite a lot. I keep putting my finger on the top. Little Fred Stanley. The chicken. We got a Piniella, which we did not have 77 Piniella. And Don Gullet appears. Now this one, I assume they're all like that. It's in green. If you notice, the name is in green. And obviously none of the other ones are in green. And he had multiples of this, and they're all in green. So I'm assuming that the 77 Gullet was misprinted in green. Not sure if it was ever reprinted in black. We got our Ed Figueroa, 77 tops. Cesar Tovar. As you can see, we had a list of 77s on us. Elliot Maddox makes another appearance. A little corner of the facade in the new stadium there. And the corner of the outfield bleachers there. The old tower. Love the tower. My dad used to smoke cigarettes on that tower back in the 80s. That's where you had to go to smoke. Big League Brothers. Carlos May and Lee May. Lee being the better of the May brothers. Mickey Rivers. Mick DeQuick. We got an Oscar. The Fro from the side view. Carlos May again. His base card. Now, these are cool. These are the World Series cards that we lost. Thanks to Fred Stanley throwing the ball away. But who is that? Who is that running That looks a lot like Thurman Munson, and that looks a lot like Johnny Bench. So that's a cool card, even though it's a loser card. And we don't like losers. And I didn't buy the other 77 World Series card that they had because there's no Yankees on it, but this one. Who's that catching? Who's that catching? I don't know. Looks like a 2 on his back, actually. Might not be Thurman. I'll have to look. Is that a 6? Is that a 2? I don't think anybody caught besides Thurman in that World Series, but I'll look it up. Ron Blomberg. The first DH. Again, we lied about Dick. 77 Dick Tidrow. 77 Roy White. And I know I didn't go too fast through these. And the Ken Holtzman. 77 Topps. And that was a team building exercise today, guys. We did a little team building. Let's get to the good stuff. We got an Elston Howard 61. It's a nice shape. It's a little top to bottom, but it's a nice shape. I got this Gil McDougall from the Sky. 58 Gil. And then Tom Sturdivant. 58 Topps. I think I got all 3 of these for, I think I got them for $8. I'll take it for $8 to get the Ellie. A couple team cards I needed, Gil. You could say was a, I guess we'll go with semi-star. Next guy up. I like to do it by dealers. I don't know why, it's just how I do it. We got an Allie Reynolds 53 Bowman color. Look at that. Look at the facade. The Super Chief. Look at that grip on that ball. The patch. Beautiful card. I'm getting into these guys. I know everybody gets into them, but once you start, you can't stop. I dropped them. Then I rescued this. I got these 2 together from the same guy. Whitey Ford, 54 Topps, $5. I think I paid 15 for both, so I paid like 10 and 5, whatever. Look at this thing. I think the cat got to it. But I actually don't have a 54 Topps Whitey Ford. And if you look at it like this, it's pretty nice. That corner's actually eaten up now that I look at it. But look at that. Somebody got to the Whitey. Somebody got to the 54 Whitey. But I said, you know what? I couldn't leave this in this guy's box. I could not do it. It's a beautiful card. I love this card. I love the blue. I had to save the Whitey. This guy, I was looking at another card from him, a Mantle Hank Bauer, the 53 Bowman color, but it looked a little hazy, and he was trying to sell it to me so bad. So when I got these, he was like, well, I'll come down to this, and I'll come down. And he just kept dropping it, dropping it, dropping it. But it was really not like, it was not something, it would just, it didn't look like that. It was really hazy, like the whole card. And he kept going down and down and down. He was a nice guy. We had a nice chat, but he kept getting lower and lower. Now, I might have got myself in trouble with these guys. This dealer, I got myself a cloth sticker Reggie. Beautiful Reggie. I actually still need a 77 Reggie. A regular one. But we got the cloth sticker. And I bundled that with this guy with this. Charlie Silvera. 52 Topps. Now I have 3 52 Topps, I think. I bought that, and I was like, 52 Topps. I may have opened a can of worms, ladies and gentlemen. So then I bought this. Frank Overmeyer, another dealer. And from that same dealer, I bought a Gene Woodling, 52 Topps. Getting the picture. And I picked up the beautiful, amazing Johnny Mize 52 Topps, which I almost bought for like in really nice condition, but like well over $100 more than this. So I may have opened a can of worms, guys, because I bought 4 52 Topps. That means I need to buy more 52 Topps, doesn't it? I think that would put me at 7. And we need the big hitters. What else did we buy today? All right, beautiful card. Is this a rookie card? Lefty Gomez, Phil Rizzuto, 41. Double play. We got this from Stan. It's really nice. It's clean, nice bright white. We didn't pay sticker. It was the last thing we bought, right about 2:30, right around closing time. And I was talking to him for a while. And he said, you know, for you, I'll come down to this. And I said, all right. I gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. So we have a 41. Phil Rizzuto rookie? Probably. Love me some Phil. Keeping with the theme, we picked up, you know, I always try to take these out of the bags before I show them because they don't glare the same way. We picked up the 53 Bowman, Rizzuto, and Billy Martin, one of my favorite cards. I've wanted this one for a while. We got it in a 4 PSA. This card is in nice shape. No obvious issues. You know, just what a 53 Bowman 4 should be. Big on 4s. Look at that. That's beautiful. I will buy Billy and Phil all day long. I almost bought a pinhole 52 Topps Rizzuto on Friday, which I did not tell you guys about. Probably because I'm stupid. It was the nicest 52 Topps. It was a 1.5 because it had a teeny tiny pinhole, and the card had to be like a 6. Maybe even higher than that. It was really nice. Like really, really, really nice. And the guy had it priced as a 1.5, ignoring eye appeal. And I got something about that. We're going long, but whatever. And I went back later, and there was one hole in the guy's case where that stupid 52 Topps Rizzuto was that I didn't buy because I was stupid. Beautiful. And then last pickup. Last pickup today. I'm not taking this out. We'll see how it does. We got a Donnie. You got to get a Donnie. I can't do a show without a Donnie, right? 86 Topps Tiffany. Don Mattingly, on-card auto. Beautiful auto. Nice big auto. Like I said, Donnie changes his auto a little bit once in a while. We have a 8 on the card, 10 on the auto. Super, super happy with that. I have the card. Now I have the card with an auto, but there's a story behind this one too. This is one of the cards I talked about picking up, maybe picking up, when I went back. When I went there, he had 84 Topps, 8 and 10, same numbers. Rookie auto, and he had this one. And I said, how much are the top, the 84s? And he said, the 84s are 200, and the 86 Tiffany is 150. I said, yeah, that's a good deal. I was thinking about it. I said, you know, I'm going to go back and get this for 150. I walk up to the table. He clearly didn't recognize me. He's like, hey, how you doing, buddy? You know, blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, how you doing? Like, can I see that? He's like, yeah. So we're talking. And I say, how much? You know, he says, 200. I was like, oh, I was here Friday. 150. I said, how much are the 84 Topps? He said, 250. They were 200. So in the course of 2 days, this card went up $50, and the 84s went up $50 with absolutely no market movement at all. And he's like, oh, well, you know, I was looking, the auto goes for like $180. Like, that's what he's signing for. And so I don't know if he had them underpriced the first day or he had them overpriced. So I said, listen, come on, you told me 150 Friday. We settled on 175, gentleman's deal. I paid $25 more for this card on Sunday than I would have on Friday. But once I was kind of committed to getting it, I got it. So those are our pickups from today, guys. Now, I was thinking about this, and I put in a couple comments, but these cards on the Rewind, the Lonely Basement Rewind, to me were underpriced because of eye appeal. Now, when I was talking to the dealer, there was two dealers at the table, and one guy was obviously like the owner of the cards, and the other guy was like the helper. And the helper says, hey, he wants these for $360. What do you think? And the dealer said, well, I have them priced at VSP. And he said, take 20 more bucks off. So he gave it to me for $360. But I didn't think about it the exact second. But then I realized this guy has these cards, because I was thinking about that Rizzuto, the 1-5 with the pinhole. That was beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Some of these guys are just pricing based on the grade and not pricing at all with eye appeal. Some of the older vintage guys are obviously pricing for eye appeal. So it got me thinking, I need to find the guys who don't know anything about eye appeal. Because these, and I've said this before, these two cards came from a guy who had a lot of modern, and he had a couple, nice vintage in the case. But he had a lot of modern. He had like 4 or 5 cases of modern. He was predominantly modern. He had like one case with some vintage in it, some nice vintage. So I think I just need to find guys who have a lot of modern and are selling a little bit of vintage. Those are our pickups, guys. We're at 21 minutes. These will fit beautifully into the collection. Come on. Come on. Hopefully I give you a little something to do before trade night tonight. I'm in trouble, I think, because I may have opened an evil door into 52 Tops. Be afraid. All right, guys, that's what I have for you tonight. Those are our pickups. We are probably on the austerity budget for a little while into October, but that's fine. We've got a lot of great stuff, and it's all laid out before me. We've got a chewed up Whitey Ford. Poor Whitey. But I do have, a fairly decent amount of eBay purchases flowing in at the moment that I bought like last week. But I think after those show up and this, maybe we'll take a little hiatus from big purchases and build the old coffee can back up. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I love going to card shows, guys. This just always just kind of reiterates why I love the hobby. I love going to shows. I'm more and more inclined to go to shows. I get better deals at shows. I have fun at shows. I get excited for shows. And the Philly show is a great show. Attendance was light. When I got there at 9 o'clock, there was a little line, like 10 people. They only had one window open, and then like 2 seconds after I got there, it opened 3, so it flowed right in. And it was plenty of room. I heard some dealers kind of, so I think attendance is light. I've heard rumors of attendance being light around. So who knows? Maybe prices are still going to keep dipping, and I'm buying, so I'm not complaining. I kind of thought after the National, it was kind of my thought before the National that maybe I should hold off a little bit because I had a feeling this was going to happen. So good for me, bully for me. I'm buying. All right, guys, that is the Lonely Basement Philly Day 2 recap. I hope you enjoyed the cards. I'll see you on trade night. I'm not trading anything unless you want Anita Slaughter. It's all creased up. But I will be lurking and in the comments. You guys have a great night. Thank you for watching The Lonely Basement.